And we should, in theory, be live. Yes, we are. Good. I'm just doing a few last minute changes to the stream, which you'll have to bear with me for a moment. I'm trying to get chat on screen, but every time I do it, it causes issues. Let's add a global source. Actually, let's try this again. Add global source. Chat. Nope. Okay. Add window capture. Chat. Okay. That. I'm gonna have to do this before every stream as well, or at the very start of every stream, because of YouTube being a douchebag. Okay. Oh, I wanted a sub-region, not the entire thing. Oh, I have to select the region before I do anything else. Okay. Do that over here. Shrink that down a bit. Hey Summer, I gave you a mod before the stream. Hope you don't mind. You're here enough that it's kind of worth giving you a mod. I'm trying to get chat on screen, so just deal with this for a minute. Just so that I don't have to keep going. Oh, somebody said this in chat. And if I can get it on screen, that makes it a lot easier. Are they roughly the same size? No, that one's smaller. Close enough. They're close enough to being the same size now. I can deal with that. So, I've already actually started work on the farm, on the big farm. So now the VOD actually has chat in it, with the big black line at the top, which is lovely. I started off this guy doing the selling silage because he needs to be doing it. You took a look at my Twitch stream and a bunch of the audio was muted. Yes, that was intentional. That's why I stream on Twitch. What I do when I'm on Twitch is I open up my Spotify and I play a classic rock playlist because that's when I'm just chilling out and don't particularly care about copyright, we'll say. I do things that I can't do on YouTube, we'll put it that way. Which basically means that the VODs on Twitch will be silent. How do I turn this thing on again? Keypad 5. Oh, it's numpad 5 apparently. There we go. No. Why is it not? Oh, keypad 0. Ooh! And we'll start the engine. And we'll turn on the wood crusher. So now, I think I fixed the issue that I was having yesterday with the reverse not working. As it turns out, if we've got both the joystick and the gears set up at the same time, I can't rebind stuff on gears. My day is going reasonably. It could be better because I'm not long out of bed. Didn't sleep particularly well last night, so this is going to be a fun-ish day. Oh, it's my own fault. Don't get me wrong, it's my own fault that I haven't been sleeping well. But you know, it's always nice to have a better night's sleep than a bad night's sleep, and I just got like 5 or 6 hours sleep. No, I got more than that because I woke up at like... I went to sleep at some time after 5:30, woke up at about 10. And then, like, the next thing I knew, it was noon. So I honestly have no idea how long I slept last night, but I didn't sleep well. How's your day going, Summer? And for those of you watching the VOD, you should really think about showing up in chat someday, because I do actually talk and chat to you guys. That's just me nattering on for however long the stream lasts. It might be a bit of a short one because I am trying to deal with something with Maker at the moment, and there have been a couple of emails sent back and forth. So I might have to like take a break in the middle of the stream, play an ad, which I need to do more often, to be honest. I need to play more, a couple more ads. Just so that I can take a short break from the stream. The issue is, I can't even do that, it'll break chat. I need to open up a second browser specifically for chat so that I can just do this. And again, I haven't downloaded any new music. I was just about to, but then I realized that it was like 10 to 4 and I didn't have the time to download any new music because I had to get the stream set up. How full is the thingy? That's slightly worrying that it's not showing up. There we go. If you do have the glance mod, Alt and M, if you spam the living daylights out of that. If I need to take a break, take a break. I probably will at some point, about an hour in, and just check my emails and run an ad, and then have to reset up chat. I'll probably what I'll probably do is I'll open Firefox and open up ad on open up chat and I'll pop out there. Who's just messaged me on Facebook? Where's my phone? Who's messaged me on Facebook? Oh, my friend Connor has just realised who Noel Fielding is. It has AHD. How you doing? Good lord. I can't believe he didn't know who Noel Fielding is and he's got the IT Crowd DVDs. Like, he has a DVD of the IT Crowd, he didn't know who Noel Fielding was. Let's turn on the lights here real quick. I don't want to speed time up too much because if I remember right, there is a let's just check real quick. Yeah, there is a great demand for silage, so I can't really speed time up too much at the moment. We're about 39% full on that. I've also just noticed that the beast is not showing up in my glance, which is somewhat not good. So, what we're gonna say about this wood, because I do know that you just wouldn't chip good looking wood like this. What we're gonna say is all of these trees are actually they have a disease that affects affects like all of the trees ever. Yeah, Samurai, I actually followed the link. It does look interesting, and I was actually right about the authors. I might try and find a PDF of it somewhere. Although I've actually found the book that I got that I couldn't remember the name of. It's 12 Years a Slave I'm reading at the moment. On Google Books. Or Google Play Books. Or whatever they want to call it this week. So that I haven't read much of it yet. I'm only just after starting the first chapter, but it's kind of fun reading like 1800s era English, 19th century English, because it is so very different from modern English, and you kind of learn how grammar changes over time. Even spellings change over time. So, you know, it's really interesting. Can I speed up time to clear the night? Yeah, let's just do that real quick. Here we go. Better, Daza? Is the Great Demand still at the PGA? Yes, good. That was my concern about speeding up time. But, we're now through the night. Then again, I don't think it matters all that much if we do or don't speed up time, because there's so much silage at the BGA, it really is inconsequential. Yeah, that's why I use the faster time mod. Just, I want to get through the night as quickly as I possibly can. Control, get out of a vehicle, control R, away, we're at the next day already. It's particularly good with soil mod, because I actually don't like working at night in Farm Sim. And with soil mod, you kind of have to worry about what's going on day and night. So sometimes I'll change the XML to give me 2 or 3 days to do something in soil mod. You can see now. I could have just gone into OBS and upped the gamma to something silly, but that would have probably caused more issues than it would have solved. So, this is at the exact wrong angle for me to do anything with it. Just gonna leave it there as a... That's gonna cause problems, I can't leave it there. Okay, how am I going to fix this? Yeah, you have to ignore the old tractor being there. That's just for fuel. There's a problem where you live with the beetles killing the lodgepole pine trees. I don't think there's that much of an issue over here with trees, but I don't know all that much about what's going on in terms of industrial logging around here. Which is funny because there is, or at least was, an operation in the mountain near me, but I don't even know if that's still active. What the? That log just went into the ground and popped up. A lot of the trees being chopped look like the ones I'm doing in the game. Okay, we'll say it's the beetles are fooling about with the trees, and there's some sort of weird blight with the other ones. The ones that I've knocked down already. The pines have beetles, pine beetles, and that's not going to live properly. I swear I set the axis the other way around, but apparently not. What's my favourite mod for FS15? That is a good question. It's probably Soil Mod, to be honest. Because Soil Mod actually adds so much to the game. Most of the mods are just... they don't add a lot. Like Glance is really useful, but it can be a bit of a pain at times as well. Multi-overlay HUD is really good as well. But a lot of the vehicles... You see, here's the issue. I like scripts. I like adding scripts to stuff. And a lot of the vehicles, either the scripts don't work properly, or there are no scripts and they don't add anything to the game. It could be argued that the Beast actually does add something to the game, so in that respect it is a good mod. I just think it's a bit cheaty. The best thing about the Beast I've noticed, and I did notice this during Dirthebber's playthrough with it, or time with it on that Russian map what I looked at a while back but didn't really like because I couldn't get it to work properly. The Volga region, I think it was, is that the Beast, if I put this log in, it will overfill the truck, but the Beast will actually hold the remainder, because the Beast has a capacity of something like 10,000 litres of wood chips. Come on, get into the... There we go. Yep, that's that sorted. Is there still a great demand for wood chips? Because if there is... Yeah, let's just sell the wood chips off. Because we got 60,000 litres of them. And we will try and reverse out of this mess. There we go. So I kind of teased the last couple of days, just while I'm thinking about it. I kind of teased that I would be doing something called... Well, I haven't even named the game. I will be playing Project Cars on Friday. And I'll be doing a challenge that I've invented for myself. The challenge is called Project Hell. The Massey 698. That is a really good mod. How do you make the in-game chipper run when not the tractor attached to it? I don't think you can. I think the only way you can is using drive control or manual ignition. Summer, I don't think there is actually a way vanilla to get the chipper to run without you being in the tractor. Like, the Beast is weird because you actually have to turn it on outside. And I say it's weird. The Beast is a real machine. I have seen YouTube videos of the Beast. Hey Alexander, how you doing? Alexander knows what's up. Alexander is being a bit naughty by using my real name, but Alexander knows what's up. So yeah, here's the thing. Total Biscuit has I know this happened a couple of days ago, but I only really got bothered to get the information together last night because it's me and I'm lazy like that. Total Biscuit has decided to go off Twitter again. For like the 16th time he's quit Twitter because of idiots, essentially. So if you haven't listened to his SoundCloud, it's on his Twitter. I kind of show my real name in the log. Yeah, that's just a thing that happens. Is it seriously showing that? Oh, it is. I also show my real name in iRacing, because that's how iRacing works. What spec is my PC? Very, very high. Intel i7 4790K running at, I think, 4 gigahertz that I got it running at. Might be 4.2. 32 gig RAM. GTX 980. Just base 980, not the titanium, because that wasn't out when I built this thing. A 3 terabyte hard drive for games and stuff, and a 180 gigabyte SSD for just to run Windows essentially, and some other programs. There we go. So it's bound to run almost every game. And it wasn't in fact built for streaming in the first place. Also, what on earth was Keith Arrows and Conor Murray? What's this about Keith Arrows and Conor Murray? Sorry, news that interests me. Hey, they've committed to Munster. That's good. That was rugby news that I just got sent on my phone. And for those of you who don't know, I am a Munster rugby fan. And Keith Arrows and Conor Murray, two of the best players, have committed long-term to Munster. For I don't know how long, but they've committed. That's all I had. That's all I took the 10 seconds to read, or the like 2 seconds, however long that was. I really need to get more music, because these like 10 songs that I have are really starting to grate on me, and I don't want to be running the same music I do on Twitch, because that'll get my YouTube channel banned immediately, and I'll never get any ad revenue. I think I might just get a... Yeah, I'm just gonna dump that stuff there and turn this dude off. We're gonna swap over to you. Disconnect that. Do I feel happy about 500 subs? I feel absolutely over the moon. I can't believe I managed to get 500 in just over a year. I've seen channels that are on like 14, 15, they've been going for a few years, and I really just can't believe it, honestly. Alexander, yeah, Alexander's got it right. I most definitely do. I don't think any YouTuber would feel upset about having 500 subs. I just thought, how much... let's get a quick little machine here. Actually, let's hop into you. Manure triggers over here. How much slurry is available over here? It's probably full, is it? 77%. Well, I know what I'm fertilizing my fields with from now on. You're as good as done there. Which is nice. So we'll be swapping over to him in a second. So let's start get this done properly now, because it's all well and good with the big hook, but that is apparently really ridiculously unreliable. This is going to be slower, but slightly more reliable. And I might be able to pick up the small little scraggly bits over here as well. I think from now on I'm going to cut the wood to 5 meters instead of 8, because 8 is just a bit too long for the beast. Whoops. Okay. Nuts. That did not go to plan. Oh yeah, one thing I neglected to mention. I've got an e-cig again. You gotta go, okay Alex, I'll be here for a while yet. I got an e-cig again. I couldn't find the one that I was using. It's in my room somewhere, more than likely. But I couldn't find it. I spent a good hour looking, which is kind of half the reason that I don't have any new music or anything. I was kind of very, very distracted by looking for that because I didn't want to go back smoking at all. Yesterday I was smoking just because I literally had no other choice in the matter. It was smoke or suffer from withdrawal. And I chose the what I deem to be the lesser of two evils. So I kind of didn't have a choice in the matter yesterday. But today, now that I've got the I'm using my spare battery, a spare, what used to be a spare barrel or vaporizer or whatever you want to call it, and obviously some extra fluid that I had. I'm all good to go again. And I got a new battery today as well. So in theory, I should be good now, as long as I don't misplace this one. Because if I misplace this one, I'm basically just gonna go cold charging and nicotine. What is that? The other JCB has finished work, so let's go to him. Stop you. And we'll swap courses real quick. The BJ1 unload. You still got plenty of work to do, my friend. You thought your work was over. No, your work's only just begun, JCB. That was the easy bit. Why didn't I just control tab to this? I'm watching the stream and I have in fact set it up for low latency today, which is nice. I know I've been a bit bad at getting the latency settings correct. And before anyone says, well, I've got no lag, it's not about lag, it's about the time it takes for me to see it on OBS, which I actually have open over the stream, and then to see it on the stream, which I have muted, so I'm kind of watching the latency as I go along, which is nice. Also, it's kind of weird knowing that, you know, still weird, despite the fact this is my, what, 5th or 6th stream now, knowing that I am live. I can't have a, you know, I don't have any do-overs. That's the scary thing, is I don't have a do-over if I screw up. It's done. Oop. There. There. You have to... Yeah, I actually recommend the Beast. Because it is better than... It is just better than the in-game stuff. And it's less cheaty than the likes of the Brook Zone. Because the main reason I don't like the Brooks is because, you know, you can just throw it onto the front 3-point of a tractor and run away with it. Whereas with this you have to actually stop it up somewhere, fuel it up, turn it on, get the support legs out, and then start running it. Which I very much prefer over the likes of the Brooks. So I'm actually slowly becoming of the opinion that the Beast is not cheaty at all. Because yes, it does make the job easier, but when you cut trees like those, usually, yeah. I just don't like the physics giants have with the trees at all, so I'm doing the lazy way of just throwing them into a chipper. Plus, I don't know where the mill is on this map. I know where the the wood chip sell point is. I don't know where the mill is. I just realized I should probably have this going. The lag meister. I'm still running 60. I just realized I actually took out some money onto a loan, so I'll just get rid of that real quick. Here we go. Also, what's the... Oh, that's not what I want. I want to have a look at this over here. You know, that log fork looks a lot more stable than the one I'm using at the moment. Let's, get a little something together here. Will be heavy enough. T5. Throw maybe weight on the back as well. Use it with the T6. Oh, this... Yeah, it does look a lot more solid. Is the front loader console on this by default? Yes. Good. I just like using different New Hollands for different things, so I've got the least powerful. The logging trailer and the dolly. I'm still just looking to... that would explain why. I'm still just looking to load up the beast with this. I'm just looking for a more stable platform to do it. You can easily pick up the thin pieces. That is good. Although if you can pick them up easily for you, it might still be a bit of a faff for me. And we'll just... Is it this enter? Nope, this enter over here. Load up with weight. Ah, the other enter was to turn it off. So this thing should, in theory, pull a wheelie. Oh, not wheelie. But it is very light in the front end, which should mean I can take a lot of weight with it. Let's open up the claw. Oh yeah, this is the one I prefer. I knew those small Zetra front loader was a nice job too. I should really start using the stuff from the Gold Edition a bit more. I've kind of neglected all of that stuff. See how stable this thing is. Oh, this is much better. I just hope that it's tall enough to get in and over the beast. Does look tall enough. That's plenty tall. Just need to put a heavy weight on the rear. Well, this OEB weight's at 22.5 tons. I believe. Have I got it maxed out? Now we're at 1.9 tons, so we shouldn't have much of an issue with a log weighing the front down a bit too much. So we're close on double what the heaviest in-game weight is. You meant for the Zetra? Yeah, but this T5 does seem a bit on the light side of things as well. I mean, it is a small tractor still. It's not much bigger than the Zetra. I hate when it does that. I really do hate when it decides to just clip through a piece of wood. Let's try again. There we go. I really hate when it just decides, oh, you know what, this piece of wood doesn't exist anymore. We are making progress at least, which is nice. Though I will have to move the trunk out of the way because I've dropped so many pieces of wood down the side. What I could do in theory is use the buffalo to bring the wood over and unload it into the beast, but I really don't know. That might be a bit too silly. Hey Josh, how you doing? How much of a mess is in between? Oh, that is a real mess. You can kind of hear my mother in the background shouting at the cat because it's come in again. Every time the front door opens, the cat gets in. Regardless of how recently he's been fed, he just wants in to be fed. Oh, this is a heavy piece of wood. This is really heavy. It's really weighing down the front end. Let's take it a bit slower than that. That was a bit silly, quick. JCB 435 is still working away in the BGA, which is nice. Cats usually people well trained. Yeah, more or less. We have ours conditioned to do specific things. Like, as soon as he gets in, he'll run down to the back door because that's where we keep his ball. And as soon as he's fed, he'll usually go out. Although I don't know if that's him wanting to go out or just us winning. I don't know who's winning in that battle. But he's a good cat though at heart. He does no damage, and that's kind of the main thing. And he's not an idiot. He's smart enough to know what he's doing. We have two other cats that live out the back, and they just kind of flop over onto their backs, and that's their entire thing. Like, they come in, try to get food, and then they'll just flop onto their backs, and I have no idea why. And they are mother and, I believe, son. I don't quite remember the gender of the second one. But one is the mother of the other. And all our cats are technically wild. We don't have any house cats. Which is fun. Why can't I pick this up? Come on. Let's try and get this. There we go. So, you have 4 cats that live in the horse barn. Ours just kind of live outside because I live in an estate. And it's just kind of, they live outside, they do their own thing, and they occasionally get brought in for food. And rubs and scratches and whatnot. You couldn't make it yesterday, you went to watch the new Star Wars. What did you think, geek? What did you think of Star Wars? Because I've been to see it as well. Try and keep it spoiler free just in case there's anybody here who hasn't seen it. Also be aware the chat is on screen, so just keep it spoiler free for that reason. I know that most people who want to see it have seen it by now, but just for the sake of fairness, no spoilers for those of us who haven't seen it. You have seen it. I know most people who want to see it have seen it. I'm just trying to be fair because I know there are people who don't have. I know at least one friend of mine just doesn't have the money to go see it at the moment. So he's having to be warned of any spoilers and stuff. So I'm just trying to be fair for people who might not have the money to go see it for whatever reason. It was good. It was very reminiscent of episode 4 though, which was a bit odd. It kind of seemed like they were going for the they're going down the path of, well, you like the original trilogy, so let's go again. Let's just do something very, very similar. With some shock value. Although if you knew some behind the scenes stuff, maybe not so much shock value. But at least it was actually about Jedi instead of politics. Because the prequel trilogy was just bad. I got so bored of listening to debates about the Senate. Or debates about debates in the Senate. In the prequels. And I was just like, please stop. I want to watch people fight with lightsabers. And of course, half the scenes involving the Jedi were just, well, that was an interesting thing that happened completely off camera that nobody in the audience saw, wasn't it? And you just sat there watching the prequels like, well, yeah, but this is supposed to be about Jedis, surely. I know it's called Star Wars, but it's about Jedi. It's about the Jedi and the Force and all that, and the two main Jedi in the movies are off doing things off camera 99% of the time. It's just like, what's the point of this? You're off doing apparently exciting things, and we're here watching debates in the Senate. I know what I'd rather watch. Paint dry. So I think switching to this new HUD might have been a good idea, because I am more confident using a front-end loader like this than I am using a telehandler. If you didn't already guess, I'm just much more comfortable with the less controls of the front-end loader. Well, now she's letting the cat in. Christmas tree, anyone? Anybody want a Christmas tree? JCB does. I probably shouldn't have done that because now it's caused problems. It's clipped through the thing. Yeah, I've got to drop it. I don't mind articulating loaders, I just don't like how many controls that the telehandlers have. I'm not going for another screenshot. I'm quite happy with the chaotic one that I already have. I still need to take one for Nustin though, because I kind of got distracted by the whole e-sig hunt last night. I might hop onto Nustin later on today and just set something up real quick. Come on. That'll do. That's really pushing the limits of what this T5 can handle. And the tree did a nice little dance for us. You don't mind which one you use, but you do prefer the tractor front end over. Yeah, I just think it's actually more controllable. But then again, it's just maybe that I'm more used to it. And it's more logical to me to have up, down, open, close. Instead of up, down, open, close, extend, retract. Spin to the left, spin to the right, crisscross, do the hokey cokey and turn around. Hey, that works actually. Let's raise it up off the ground so it's going to be easier to grab. This T5 has really nice steering lock. Okay. That was a thing. I'm just watching it again on stream. Boop. have I ever thought about doing vlogs? I do vlogs every so often. It's just I prefer doing gaming content, and I've realised now that I forgot to turn on my light again today. That was interesting, Summer. I like farm sim physics sometimes when they do silly stuff like that. Apparently all you have to do is get the tree to touch the trigger regardless of whether or not you've pushed it in the top. And I grabbed these two bits at the same time. Yes, I can. This is gonna cause problems. Probably. Hey Buggy, how you doing? I'm interested, how many of you guys are watching on YouTube, actually watching on YouTube Gaming, and how many of you are just watching on normal YouTube? Because I can't really see live statistics of who's watching on what, which is a bit of a shame. I would love to see some live statistics of that. Oh, you know, I don't even know how many people are watching. Apparently 2 people are watching right now. I may well be one of them. So YouTube's telling me. You're on normal YouTube, Summer. Normal YouTube. Yeah, I don't think anybody actually uses YouTube Gaming to watch live streams. Which is funny. I mean, they set up the entire YouTube Gaming platform and then said, oh yeah, well if you stream to YouTube Gaming, it goes on normal YouTube as well. It kind of defeats the purpose of it. Normal YouTube. Yeah. That kind of reinforces the point I just made, you know. They set up YouTube Gaming for gaming and then did nothing about it. I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose if you can stream to normal YouTube and it comes up on YouTube Gaming just as well. Or you can stream on YouTube Gaming and it comes up on normal YouTube as well. Now I'm not going to complain because it does open 2 different corridors to viewers for me, but it is still silly. How much are we filled in this chapter? 70 odd percent? 70% even. And the beast is starting to get dirty. Unfortunately it doesn't have a normal file, which is a bit of a shame. We do seem to be making... Why not Twitch? Basically, Buggy, because I'm not a Twitch partner, I'm a YouTube partner. I do have a Twitch. I just use it for chill streaming, where I throw on some classic rock and work on the map I am creating at the moment. Donetsk. So, if you go onto my Twitch, the VODs will be muted, but it is there. And, I promise there was sound during the stream. I'm not doing this for the money, but... okay, let me say, I'm not doing this for the money. The money is nice. It's not a lot of money, but it is nice to have some. And I've just realised that having chat open on this screen is giving a nice white glow across my face so that I look like a goth. How hard is it to make a map? It's not hard. It's actually quite easy. Learn Giants Editor, and then throw a couple of 1,000 hours into it. It's honestly, it's really easy to make a map. It's just time consuming. And if once you start learning how to make a map and you realize the time commitments you need, it's harder to make a good map, but only because you actually have to invest more time. There are so many maps out there right now that you can clearly see if you've started making a map, or if you're making a map of your own, or if you've done some editing. You can clearly see where the map maker has decided, I'm done. Hands off, it's uploaded to FSUK because it meets the minimum gold standard requirements. Because the gold standard requirements on FSUK are not perfect. Far from it. All gold standard on FSUK means is, well, it works. Especially with maps. You know, it works, there's nothing invisible. It's playable. Might not be particularly good. You found it really hard building a map. You followed tutorials, but it's still hard. What method are you using, Geek? Are you using DEM, or are you just going from scratch? If you're following Giants tutorials, I would suggest don't, and actually learn your own methods. Giants tutorials are really, really bad. They tell you next to nothing, and they're worded really confusingly. And they only teach you the absolute basics. I would suggest go on FSUK, look at the knowledge base there, and you will get a much better idea of how easy it is to build a map. Now putting scripts in and in gaming, it not so easy, but you know, that is the kind of the point where you already have your map. You know, the map works without scripts. You've got a map, you can release it there and then. The scripts are just a bit of polish. And occasionally they're not even needed. Give a good example. Nuston. From scratch. Well, all maps are made from scratch. Were you using just the terrain edit tools to make terrain, or did you get a DEM overlay going and do it that way? But Giants tutorials are just bad. Once you get a map that you can drive around in game, you can plant, you can harvest, and you can do everything. It's a map. It's done. It can be released. Scripting and all that. Just polish. And it's not even necessary in some cases. Nuston is a very, very high quality map. I've thrown some scripting into it. You know, I've thrown Compost Master and Seed Master in, and they've caused some errors because I've got the same script running twice. But without them, it's still a high quality map. Without the edits I've made, it's still a high quality map. My edits have just made it more fun for me. And honestly, if you want to build a map, just edit one first. Take Cobra Park Farm, take this map, take any map that you find online that you like, and that you can play for a couple of 100 hours. You just throw some extra buildings in there, use the terrain editor. I can see why you found that hard then, because the terrain editor is terrible. It's like trying to finesse a dent out of a car with a sledgehammer. You're gonna get nowhere if you just use the terrain editor, I think. Because that I use with really, really light touches just to fix up areas around the roads. I wouldn't dare use it for actually creating a map. It's just bad. It's just bad. And that's something Giants really need to look at. Now there are areas where it's good because, you know, it's got the replace tool, which means you can set terrain to a specific height and just throw that around a bit, so you can set buildings on the flat. But in general, it's just bad. You're much better off going with DEM first, which is slightly more... it's a technical thing to do. but I think the results are better than going with the terrain editor from scratch. What do I use? I started off with the DEM, and now I'm using the terrain editor because I've got the basic shapes in the map. I just have it set up so that it's a really, really light touch 90% of the time, and if I need a heavy touch I just extend the brush out. Like when I'm doing terrain, the brush is rarely over 4 meters, whatever, or 4 of whatever method they're using to measure the brush. I tend to have a very small brush so that it's finessed and the settings are down quite low, because I just do detail work with the terrain editor. I used the DEM to start off, went over it with a really rough, smooth brush just to get rid of a lot of the bumps and humps, and then started throwing in fields and stuff. And I have to admit, it is starting to look really good. I'm happy with how it looks right now, and I'm hoping that it gets the progress speeds up a bit, actually, because I'm being a bit anal with the roads. I'm probably being a bit over the top with the roads and how I want them. But after looking at some maps and having my own thoughts, it's just like, yeah, I'm probably doing the right thing being a bit more anal than I should be with the roads. I really should probably get the stump grinder down here. Also, I know this is gonna more than fill up the truck, but again, the beast has the capacity of 10,000. I can deal with overfilling the truck a bit. Does help if I use the correct... Damn it! Yeah, it does help if I use the correct controls and actually have it lined up properly. Okay. Let's get this in. Bit farther. Bit farther. Okay. There we go. So, is there still a great demand for wood chips? 702.4. I kind of think I'm better off storing it, so I'll bring this over into storage. What button did I do for this? There we go. The Giants editor, going back to that, takes a bit of getting used to. It takes like the first 10 or 12 hours you use it, you're clueless. You're genuinely clueless. But once you start figuring things out, your confidence builds and you start realizing actually this isn't as difficult as I thought. I've got enough money to buy a second beast if I want. That's kind of silly. Let's actually do something that I was planning on doing anyway. Let's get the small field going. This is going to be fun. I am going to course play this field as well. But fields 12 and... Can I get away with 13 as well? Probably. Fields 12 and 13 I'm going to only use small equipment on. Including small tractors. So this is going to be the silly fields. So this is going to be... we're going to run a classic tractor farm as well. I can get away with field 13 as well. Yeah, let's do it. So this is for my own entertainment now. These two fields. Maybe not field 13 quite yet. Are there any other small fields? No, it has to be field 13. Am I using Steam? Yes. If you search RainbowDave Gaming, or I think just RainbowDave on Steam, you can find me and you can send me a friend request. And oh, the overlay doesn't show up. That's interesting. That can be turned off. You're going well. You're doing a thing. What are you doing now? You're going back over to the beast now. I'm gonna start buying things because I want to get the small farms running as well, or small fields. So I'm gonna bring this guy over to the beast and then go on a bit of a buying spree and set up some courseplay. I don't have a ridiculously small slurry tanker. That's a bit annoying. That makes me sad face. I'm just gonna stop that there. So, let's go into mods. Slurry tanks. I do have a small slurry tanker. Lovely. You can get the small manure barrel. We're gonna get 2 of these. When I said we're going small, we're going really small. We get 2 of these. We're gonna get 2 of these. We're gonna actually get 6 of these. 6. We're gonna get small old looking forage harvester. I don't have a small old looking forage harvester. That's a bit irritating. Suppose we'll get the Don 680M then. And this corn header for the Don. And now we'll go into tractors because I definitely know that I got some really old tractors here. So we will start off with, I don't have the 698 in this mod. I do. I won't use the 698 because that has some minor errors. What do I work as? Kind of this, I guess. This is the only thing that actually gets me some income. We get 2 of these. 2 of these. Apparently I already had one. Oh yeah, and 2 of these. This is kind of what I work as. I do have other projects ongoing. However, at present they have no income. I have no income from them. I'm probably best off buying a second small manure barrel just now that I think of it. So here's the small farm equipment. And here's where we get cheeky, because, well, not cheeky, we get smart. We'll hook this dude up to the manure barrel. And is he wearing a mask? Oh, it's a beard. Now these are FS11 equipment, so they're not built to the same standard as the newer stuff. The Don is not FS11 spec, but the rest of this stuff is. It's just been converted over reasonably well. So, yeah, right now I'm trying to make some money on YouTube. It's if you make videos and you monetize them, you probably know that's not a lot of money. And my my network is wonky at the moment as well. Do you try and buy all the fields on a map? Normally not, Summer, because it just ends up getting insane. Nuston I will. This one I might, depending on how much income we get. But on this map I will be course playing pretty much everything. Let's get a course ready now. It's going to be fertilize and seeding. And we're going to go field 12. That said it had... let's go 11.5 meters on this, just to be safe. And we're starting in... it's going to be this corner, which is southwest. Heading east. And we'll activate return to first point, because that makes recording the course, secondary course, a bit easier. So let's get a new folder ready for field 12. Field 12. Can I edit the name of this folder? No, I can't. And we'll just save this as 12 southwest heading east. You tried buying them all before, but you can't manage them without going crazy. That's kind of the issue. Yeah. Well, this map there's only 14 fields, so it's not that hard to manage. So here's the fun bit now. Is getting the slurry refill course recorded. Come on, second point there. Good. So in theory, this is all going to work perfectly. In practice, probably not. And I'm going to need to take a short break in a few moments. Once I get this course recorded, I'm going to take a short break for a few minutes. You decide which fields you want for crops, and when you have enough money to buy the others, you grass them in. That's not a bad idea. Well, it wouldn't be a bad idea on this map. But I'm going to use the small fields just for corn silage for the hell of it. I like using small equipment, so it's not really that bad a thing. I'm going to take a short break in a few minutes because I need to go do something and check my emails for some word from my network because things are happening. Am I on a Canada map? I don't know where this map is supposed to be, in all honesty, Buggy. It's just called a big farm. You know, it's from LS-NextGeneration, which are a Dutch mod team, so I'm guessing it's supposed to be in Holland, maybe, or America. It's just a big map. It's not even a big... It's just a big farm. It's a 1x map that's got very big fields. 4x maps I just don't do as a bit of a rule because they're a bit silly. I have tried a 4x map before on a Let's Play, but it was so bad and there's so many problems with it that I just gave up the Let's Play and deleted it. That was in FS13 though. Alright, now I gotta be careful because I can't have it overlapping with the JCB's course. So I just put a waypoint there, just to be on the safe side of things. And then we're gonna have to pretty much drive around the entire PGA here. Unless I take a shortcut. You know, I don't use Silo 3, so let's go through Silo 3 here. Because that gives me a straight shot out. Also, I don't know what crossing points do in courseplay. Just things that are there. This is going to be an unnecessarily long course, but it's going to give me time to do other things while this is going. Also, these tractors have ridiculous fuel efficiency, so it doesn't matter all that much. Where did I put my e-cig? Here we go. We're all good now. You get it, I vape. Etc, 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 all of that memey nonsense. Also, I know it's pronounced meme, but I said meme. M-E-M-E-Y. Because that's a word I just invented. I'm in a bit of a weird situation. I don't know if I love or hate Incompetech music right now. Because I've been listening to it on loops for the last few days. For like 3 or 4 hours at a time. The folder only has about 10 or 15 minutes of music in it. And I really don't know if I like it or not anymore. Oh. I mean, it's good in terms of I'm never going to get content ID'd because Kevin MacLeod actually comes down really heavy on companies that take his music and try and shove it into the content ID system, which is nice. But there are potential issues with literally any other music. I was gonna do some. I can't remember the name of them now. So never mind. Because I've forgotten the name of. They do mainly dance and mainly dubsteppy chiptunes. I was gonna use their music, but they don't allow it to be monetized without me having a specific license. Monster Cat. I can't monetize their music without a specific license, which costs like $15 a month, which I don't make that much money off YouTube. I don't make $15 a month, so it's not worth my time getting the license. Now, if I made $25 a month off YouTube, if and when I make that much off YouTube per month, I will get a Monster Cat license and we'll swap over to Monster Cat's music. Slurry refill. And we'll save that in field 12. And now I have to remember which order I have to load these courses in. I think it's this and then this. That looks about right. So let's drive the course and see what happens. It gets confused. First waypoint. Start at the first waypoint, and hopefully this isn't an issue. Because if it is, I'm going to have to record the refill course again. It doesn't have the steering lock. It's being pushed about. Okay. That's potentially problematic. Starting with the nearest waypoint, which... Okay, he's decided to turn on the... He's working! He's doing a slurry! The issue is going to be at the end of this course. I think, because I've made a mistake at the end of the course. However, it does look like it's spraying slurry exactly as far as I thought it would be. Since you're going to take a break for a bit, I'm gonna run outside and check my horses. They're running around a bit. Yeah, that's fine, sir. That's not an issue. I'm just gonna double check this course and then run off for a couple of minutes. And I might grab a snack or something while I run off. I had chocolate around me all day the last couple of days, and I ate it all last night, and then I'm like, I'm hungry now. I want some food. That's what I get for making a pie for dinner last night. That's what I had for dinner, by the way, last night. Was just a pie. It was one of those pies that come in tins as well, and I had a bit of a boo-boo. I had a small bit of a boo-boo. I sliced myself with the tin. Not a bad cut, but one that bleeds. Oh my god. It's like a paper cut, except just a bit bigger. And oh my god, it stings and bleeds. But I had to throw a plaster on myself. Or a band-aid, or a sticking plaster, or whatever you want to call it. I just realised I probably should have turned off the beast before doing this. That could be problematic. Although with the amount of silage we're selling, we're actually going to be slurrying all the fields. Hopefully. Especially with how efficient this slurry tanker is. And we're going to get bigger ones for the other fields. Not that field, that's going to be a small field as well. But for the big equipment fields, the main fields, we're going to use bigger tankers. Just for funsies. Okay, so you're just about to empty, which means 1%, 0%. Empty, you'll stop, you'll go to the first waypoint over here. And you'll hopefully drive off on the refill course. Just set your turn field speeds to max. So the fun thing is we're profiting as we're going along here and derping about with this. That was the wrong button. Actually, was it? I want to see what the biggest spreader we have is. Is that a spreader? That's a spreader? So I got the Zoom hammer here for 38,000 with an 18,500 capacity. Or I've got this thing with a 25,000 litre capacity. I can also use the field container and have a second truck transporting to the field container. That's going to be useful. Also notice I didn't buy anything quite yet. Still deciding. Because I will need 2 more trucks then, in that situation. Also, I'm surprised at how straight this line is because I was trying to drive it myself without any aid. And I am not good at driving in straight lines. We still have plenty of trees to get rid of in this area. But our logging is going well. Ish. In fact, I'm gonna hop out real quick and hop into the JCB here because there are a few things I want to do. I completely missed the accelerator there. Yeah, let's do this at a sane speed. There we go. Let's get the stumps ground out real quick. The stump grinder is better than the one that came with the base game. Well, the JCB pack actually did add a lot to the game, to be honest. Because it added skid steers and a stump grinder that actually works. There we go. Go around and get these stumps so that it's a bit easier for me to work around them. You're just leaving the BGA now. Okay, that's kind of good, I guess. Got the skid steer hung up on some pieces of wood, but that doesn't matter all that much. Maybe it does. I just need to get this in far enough that I can... get onto the stump here and get grinding. Don't know what I'm grinding, but I'm grinding something. I was grinding the stump, that is good. That was probably the most difficult stump of the lot to get rid of, so it should be fairly straightforward from here on in. And now we can check up on this guy. Because this is the guy I was worried about. Let's see how we're doing with this guy. It's looking good so far, which is always a good thing. But there's always going to be that level of concern about what's happening at the end. Because that is where I derped. Now if the end is the issue, it's easily fixed. Also, when I run off in a couple of minutes, I'm going to brush my hair and see how disastrous it is. Because I kind of rushed myself up today. I didn't brush my hair yet. That's why it's all kind of tucked into my head. Mostly. I'll turn on this light here and see if that does anything to the... You know what? That actually makes things look a lot better. Having that light on. So this is going to be our test. What happens at the end here? Also, fun little fact. The fluid I'm using in my e-cig is... Yes! It works. Is 11 milligrams per mil. It is very low strength, very low concentration of nicotine. So I am actually using taking in less nicotine than I was yesterday, which is why I was so eager to find damn e-cig. So 1 mil of the e-cig and the juice that I'm using is welcome back, Summer. I was here the entire time. I was just checking this course. So I'm still going to run off in a second and brush my hair and stuff. And grab like a chocolate bar or something. This e-cig, 1 milliliter of this, and I've used 0.4. Why do I want to quit smoking? Because it's healthy. It's healthier to not smoke. I'd rather not catch things or get cancer. Thank you very much. Or have lung problems or something like that. So I smoked for the better part of 10 years, so I'm kind of screwed already. I'm predisposed to enough conditions that I don't need to be increasing my risk factors. So this is my best option, is just to quit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the game running and hopefully I'm interested in seeing what happens when I do this. Oh. Okay, let's take chat off those. Because I need to check my emails. I'm just gonna... Okay, so I can... Oh! I have found a way around the chat issue. Okay, that's actually good. Because I was a bit concerned. So what I have to do is I have to use the monitor that I have Farm Sim open in to do this stuff, as opposed to anything else. So what I'm doing right now is I'm opening up the live control room for this stream, and I'm gonna insert a couple of ads right now. I don't know how that's gonna work with the stream, but I'm gonna run off for a couple of minutes and just do a couple of things AFK. I'm gonna throw in a couple of ads, swap back to the other scene, which is this scene here. Ah, that's broken it. Nuts. I can't have chat open now. That's nice. I'm gonna throw in a couple of ads, swap back into Farm Sim, and I'll be back in a few minutes. So let's insert 3 ads there. So, oh, he's done. Let's just turn him off. And you can watch this guy working while I run off. I'm off for a couple of minutes. I'll be back soon. And I'm back. I'll turn off this light there. I've got... Oh, for the love of... Okay, let's try and reset the chat window up here. This that was fast. I just need to want to get some chocolate, which I have now. Can I use game chat capture to do this? If I can, that'll be awesome. Apparently not. So let's try again. Has to be window capture. Let's get a sub-region, select region. Oh. Okay, this one. Yes. I'm gonna clicked on your name somewhere. This could be fun. Okay. Put it down here. Box into the corner and just shrink it to about there. Just so that it's potentially legible. Does that look? That's a bit better. So it's gonna cover up a bit of OBS, but it is otherwise good. It does help if I get OBS away from chat so that I can read, just in case there's a lot coming through at once. So let's get back into the game. As it turns out, I may only have needed one slurry tanker. I'm gonna not use these small tractors quite yet, because I remember I do have the still English. I do still have the beast running, so I kind of need to get this sorted out first. And I'm a bit more confident now that my hair is actually somewhat reasonable. It just needed a good brush. Am I connected to the beast? No. Now I am. Can I drag it around a bit? I gotta withdraw the support feet and stuff. Oh, it's not withdrawn, okay. Please detach vehicle first. Okay. Start the engine. Withdraw support feet. Stop the engine. Because the support feet are just high enough, I believe, for me to be able to move it. Yes. Yeah, we're getting somewhere now. Now I know we could also use this, not a slurry tanker, a chaff trailer. I say silage trailer. In Ireland we call all trailers that can carry. Weather's warming up a bit on the farm. It does seem to be. It is nice and sunny today. What temperature is it? 16, low of 1. I wouldn't really call that warming up a bit. Although I'd love to know where on Earth it's supposed to be that it's 16 degrees during the day and then 1 degree at night. I wouldn't like to live there, wherever it is. Okay, let's start the engine. Hold out the support feet. And turn on the crusher. So we're good to go again. Oh, since the hat's gone, that was just to cover up the fact that my hair was a disaster. My hair was like up to here. It was so bad. Also, I've got like poppets. If you don't have poppets in America, they're toffee covered in chocolate, which is delicious. It's really funny because I have the stream open and I just saw myself doing the. I'm struggling with some plastic packaging. I am an adult. There we go. Just put the rest of them over there. I'm watching the stream and I just saw myself doing that again. I'm gonna watch that and I'm gonna do it again. They are so good. You can just see the plastic packaging in the background in the bottom left hand corner of my webcam. Oh, chocolate. Delicious chocolate. I was just a bit hungry. I had to run down and get some food. But now I got some food. And I'm being very rude by talking about a mouthful of poppets. But they're too good to not eat. So now that we've moved the beast, albeit into a terrible position, we can load it up properly again. Get things going. Oh, there's a little counter on the side of the beast that tells you how full it is. Delicious toffee. I'm gonna have trouble talking now for the rest of the stream because there's gonna be toffee stuck in my teeth and stuff. What do I prefer, Windows 8.1 or Windows 10? 10. I've got toffee stuck in my throat. For Windows 10 by far. 8.1 is okay, but I'm more of a Windows 7 man, so 10 is a lot better. Um, 8.1 is okay. I just don't like the Metro nonsense they have going on. I survived the toffee incident. Oh, don't you dare get stuck down the side. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to ram the beast into the side of the trailer real quick. Because otherwise I'm gonna have problems. I don't know if I can even do this, but let's try. Let's try actually lifting the front end of the beast up. Apparently it becomes solid. That's problems. I may have to swap to the telehandler to get this sorted. Because I don't think the T5 has enough reach to fix this. Whoa, okay. That's a thing that happened. So everything's just decided to move 90 degrees, but we're okay. I really don't understand this game sometimes, the physics. It's probably something to do with mods. But it just ends up with so many ridiculous situations. It's nice to not have to wear a hat though, because I have just kind of given up on my hair the last few days and just thrown a hat on. And I'm not used to wearing hats, so my head's been itchy as all hell. Still kind of is because hat reasons. I don't know, my hair isn't the greatest at the moment. Could be a lot better, but it's as good as it can get right now. Short of me tying it back, which is only going to result in me stopping the stream for another 5 minutes. Up. Drop it down. Going well-ish. We're definitely making more progress with this than we did yesterday. Although I think I'm gonna regret deciding to buy a full fleet of small equipment. Because that's gonna result in me having to courseplay for more time than I probably should. No, 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 don't go down the side. That's stuck now. That's just going to be there. In fact, let's turn off the beast for the time being. Just turn this guy off entirely. Because now we got time to play with. I want... let's just do it this way, it's easier. Not that many, this many. You. And I want to close off that course and we'll do 13. Generate that course. Too much small equipment does get tedious. The thing is, I'm gonna course play all out. The rest heading east. I just realized I've set this course up wrong. 13, and we're at the northwest. We'll head south, and that should be good. Yep. I don't mind the kind of weird mix I got on this one, or even here for that matter, but could be problematic in the future. 13. There we go. Northwest, south. 12. Northwest. South. So, for those of you who don't know, my courseplay courses are all kind of coded so that I understand what on earth I'm trying to do. And it's always good. It's always good practice to code name your courseplay courses so that you're not having to. That's the end point. Oh yeah. Never mind. Let's start course recording from there. 1, 2. This one this one we're gonna have to be a bit more careful because I'm gonna try, and that's not gonna work. I was gonna say I'm gonna try and get two both manure tankers, both slurry tankers on the same course, but that's not actually gonna work. What field is that? Field 2. I might buy field 2. Might buy the insanely large field 2. Assuming it's not too insanely large. But I'm gonna get this course done first. Now, I believe... Yes, we have all the smallest fields in the map now. So field 13, well 11, 12 and 13 are the smallest fields on the map. And now we get bigger. Now we start going for the big fields and trying to course play them, which is going to be fun. And it's the reason that I'm it's the reason that I am working on a bit of deforestation. It's to make courseplay work a bit easier. And yeah, we can come around with them a set of mowers or something and get rid of all the grass and keep it tidy or whatever. If we really, really want to, or if we want some hay for whatever reason. I don't think we'll need hay at all. I might, however, have a bit of fun and that music's just distracted me. I might have a bit of fun and get a tow behind forage harvester, because I got 2 of them now. I might as well have a bit of fun and actually see if they conflict with manual attach, which I do have installed on this map. No cows. No, I don't really want to do animals on this map somewhere. This is going to be hardcore silage, insanity. And you know, it's going to be crops. I'm not going to do animals on this map just because they take up so much time. And they irritate me. And I'm going to go heavy on animals in Nuston instead. Because I think Nuston's a map that's more suited to having animals on it. So this is going to be all farming all the time, and Nuston's going to be kind of a mixed bag of everything. Except forestry, because there is no forestry equipment available on Nuston. There's no functionality there. Someone on PS4 streams and claims to have 10,000 cows. Is it possible to have that many? Yes, it's very possible to have 10,000. You just need to be really on top of feeding them. Because I think the way the feeding troughs work is there is actually a limit, an upper limit on how much you can throw into them. And it'll just say, oh, they're ready for 6 days now. But that food might last for 3 hours. And, you know, it's all down to getting workers hired, etc. Once you get that many cows. But it's very possible to feed that many. Am I excited for ATS? I don't know, honestly, because I had a look at the Steam page before I started the stream. Because I knew somebody would ask about ATS during the stream and I wanted to get a bit of information ready. It's only launching with 2 trucks. It's launching with 1 Peterbilt and 1 Kenworth, and that's all the trucks you can get in the game. I'm not really sure if I'm all that excited about 2 trucks, to be quite honest. Yes, it is new, and you know, that's the exciting thing, but they don't have any licenses. And they said, oh, all the trucks will be licensed, and yes. And they can't get licenses. The companies just aren't agreeing to give them licenses. Which is a real shame for SCS. I mean, it's kind of going to tank the game a bit. I think it's going to tank sales a small bit. Just because, oh, how much are you paying? Like $20 for how much? Well, 2 trucks and a map. Maybe not so great. Yeah, you see, that's the issue with ATS at the moment. Yes, SCS want to have all licensed trucks, and I really respect that decision. I mean, that's not an easy decision to make. They could have invented their own trucks, or done what they did with Euro Truck, and just make fictional versions of real brands and more or less copy the trucks in. But instead they decided, you know what, we're going to try and get everything licensed from the get-go. And it didn't work. It doesn't seem to have worked. And that's it's a real shame. I need to do that and that. And the drive course from the first waypoint. Should behave. Yes, it's all behaving in this course. From the get-go. Lovely. So that's going to work away now for a while. We are going to go over... Actually, I want to go back over to this crowd over here. And I'm gonna grab you. And now that I've remembered how to set up a fertilized seed refill course, we can set up some courses for these guys. Lizard 44422 or is slipping. He's hit into the fence, hasn't he? Yes. That's actually fine, because that's an inherent risk of the issue of being so close to the fencing there. Drive course right now. You. So, we're gonna get some seeding going as well. And have I been live for I've been live for 2 hours. I know I haven't been here for the full 2 hours, but I didn't realize it was 6 o'clock. I've just looked up at the time in game and it's like 6 o'clock already. What happened to today? What happened to the last 2 hours? Because this doesn't seem to have been a 2-hour stream at all. I'm trying to decide. I want to talk to a few people about certain things, and I'm trying to decide if I want to end the stream now or just continue. I'm going to continue for another half hour. We're going to have a 2.5 hour long stream video VOD thing today. And why are you slipping now? What have you hit this time? Apparently you've decided to hit the same fence. Oh no, you've hit it slightly farther down this time. Okay. Oh, because I told you to start at the first waypoint. Current waypoint. Back to you. And we're going to get you started on field 12, so we'll get fertilizing seeding. 12. For 2.5 meters southwest, heading east. And I'm kind of confusing myself now. What am I trying to do? Yes. I'll just double check this. Yes. And then we go. I have to stop here. Save this as 2.5 southwest heading east. Save it into field 12. Now I know we start off with 300 seeds in this, which is good. It's not enough to do this entire field, I know that for a fact. So I neglected something when I set up the course, didn't I? Yes, I did. So I have to delete this course. $12, 2.5, Southwest East. Return to first point activated, which is kind of important for this course. I think I might have generated a course on top of the old one, so let's do that again. Oh no, it just genuinely has 1,229 markers because it's so tight. So it's 2.5, southwest, heading east. East. Save that in field 12. You won a small bit on your lottery, so you sent me Thank you, Summer. You didn't have to. Well, there was no need to do that at all. Thank you. So that means I got an email on my the account that I've got linked up to my phone then. Presumably. Ooh, Burger Park has a new video out. Yeah, I've got my... It's funny, I've got two different email addresses and they both do very similar things. I've got one specifically for YouTube and business messages, which I don't have. I can buy pizza too. I'm actually just gonna save all the money in my PayPal. I'm gonna get. I'm gonna try and get other things sent to my PayPal as well. And I'm basically just gonna use that to run the channel. Because if I can get the channel to run it to fund itself, once I hit a certain point, I will have excess money excess money in the channel pool, and I will start buying. I'll start funding myself and essentially paying myself a wage from the channel's funds, or buying small things for myself. But as things stand, all the money that's donated to the channel goes back into the channel. Just because I don't want to be saying, oh, donate to the channel, and then I take all the money and buy myself nice things. No, everything that goes into the channel is going back into the channel. So pretty much, you've more or less given me the money to buy American Truck Simulator. That's probably what I'm going to do with the money. Because I still have the other money you donated. The last time. Let's call this seed refill. I hope. I bloody hope. I bloody hope. There we go. Save that into field 12 as well. Pull that out. Load that, and start the first waypoint, drive the course. So as you can see, that's gonna go for a while, which is kind of the intention. I need to set route markers to manually, because sometimes if something doesn't have route markers, it causes the game to crash. Which isn't exactly ideal. We're gonna hold off on getting field 13 seeded for a minute. I know it's given with no conditions, Summer. I'm just the kind of person that if I say something, I try to keep it as true as I can. Now, sometimes I have to, obviously, change things up. Like I promise a video a day, but sometimes there are issues that arise, and there'll probably be another one before. Well, there'll probably be another situation before Easter. The way things are going, where I'll have to disappear for a couple of days. There is a family member that is very, 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 very unwell, and it's limited. It's limited time at this point. There's there's no miracle expected, so there will come a point around Easter, possibly before, where I'll disappear for a few days and there won't be any streams, and that's something that I can't avoid. It's just a bad bad time for my family right now. Bad time to be in my family. Let's actually set up the other course now, while I'm kind of sat here waiting for stuff to happen. You're toddling along at 15 kilometers an hour, which is lovely. We can start setting up the course as we drive over. As you can see, I got 6 trailers for 6 tractors. How long do you plan to stream this for? How long do I plan to stream Farm Sim for? Quite a while. I'm gonna go until 6:30 GMT, so another 21 minutes. Judging by the in-game or the real-time in-game. I forgot to pick up the cedar. But if you mean in general, how long do I plan on streaming Farm Sim for? A while. I don't until at least October, which is when I'm expecting FS17 to release. After that, it really depends on whether or not I think FS17 is worth buying. I forgot to. Well, we're planting canola, which means we need to get the Neva. Completely forgot to change the seed. Also, what's the lizard Rob stuck on now? Okay, reverse, you moron. You're just gonna keep slamming into it, aren't you? He's trying to drive forward into this fence. It's not working. I'm one of the best FS15 YouTubers ever. I actually disagree with you. I think I'm not the greatest. I do my own thing in my own way, and maybe it matches up with exactly what you want to see, but I don't know, I kind of prefer other people. Let me just line this up with the next. Hey, you! What are you doing? What are you doing? You're gonna drive into the fence again, aren't you? You're a moron, courseplay. Stop, stop, stop. Turn that off. I'm gonna disagree with the both of you. I'm disagreeing with the two of you. I don't think I'm all that great. I mean, I appreciate the sentiment. I'm just gonna disagree because I'm humble, I guess. I don't think I'd actually watch my own videos. It's the thing. I make them in the way I do, but I don't think I'd watch them, to be quite honest. Okay. Are you going to actually go down the course now and not try and drive into the fence again? He's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again. I know he's gonna do it again. You can't stop him from doing it again. I should have put a headland on this course. Okay. Let's go again. We're on fertilizing seed on this one, yes. We need 2.5. Set up field 13. What's the current field 13 course set? Northwest south. Northwest south. It won't derp up as hard. With this one, I need first point activated. I don't know if it's activated on the other one. It must be. Courseplay is, in fact, an idiot. Courseplay is drunk. I keep saying this. Courseplay is just a drunk driver. There's no two ways about it. Where did I put my e-cig? There we go. That's why I keep losing things. It's like every time I want to have a puff of this, it's like, where did I put my e-cig? Courseplay is drunk. Courseplay is always drunk. I'm sober for once. Says the person who doesn't drink. I might actually set up something interesting. Because I'm Raising is actually made for streamers, which is part of the reason I started streaming. Actually, part of the entire reason I started streaming is because my internet can now handle streaming. But I'm Raising is made for streamers, and there is actually an OBS plugin for I'm Raising where whenever I get a donation, it'll pop up and play a little tune or something. I might just record some little me screaming or something and have that as the notification tone. I saw Lizard Rob 422 is slipping. It's not on my screen right now. I just spotted it on the actual stream. It's not on my screen right now. Oh my god, he hit the fence and actually turned around. It's a minor miracle. Look, he hit the fence and he figured out how to turn around. Miracles can happen, ladies and gentlemen. What am I doing? This. And 2.5 northwest south. And now while he's off doing his refill course, we'll record this refill course. I still think I'm coming down with a cold for the last few days. Maybe the drink wore off. Maybe he's not on drink at all, Dazza. Maybe he's actually driving under the influence of drugs. Because look at how wavy that line is. I think he's high. I think he's on the shrooms. And he thinks the fences are fluffy cushions and he wants to lie down. Everything's going to form into a horrible line in a moment, I think. Now, I know I can't drive in a straight line to save my life, but that's just because the dead zone of the G27 is really weird. Like, I can move this much without any resistance. So it's very easy to get into a weird line. But heroin, that's a bit extreme, Bazza. Oh, you're a moron. Okay. Let's go way outside on this corner so that it doesn't get stuck on something. Apparently you gotta drive the corners like you're drunk. So the courseplay can be drunk and not crash. Toffee overdose. Yes, Summer. That's what they're high on. They're high on sugar. That's why they're so ADD. They've all got ADHD because they've had too much sugar. They just want attention. Speaking of toffee, I want some more now. Ah! I picked it up the wrong way. More toffee. I like toffee. Tasty and delicious. Makes me talk weird though. It's funny, a lot of streamers go with like peanuts and stuff because they don't get stuck in your teeth. And here I am eating toffee, which most definitely does. I'm gonna have to free up that idiot now as well. It's probably my own fault for like recording the course badly, but still. And seed refill. Don't crash the game. Listen to this. Too many cola bottles. They're just courseplays on a sugar high. I swear. I actually think he tried to take that corner too tight and cut it. And it backfired on him. Did I actually hit the trigger for seeds? I did, good. I was a genuine concern that I managed to hit the trigger. I think now we can do this and turn on the crusher. Turn on all the work lights just to see what happens. That actually looks really cool with all the work lights on. Can I, like... I've got a chainsaw still, I can fix this. Health and safety will have a nightmare over this. Excuse me while I stand over the wood crusher with a chainsaw. You can move over here. Why is there a twig out in the middle of the field? I think Courseplay wants to be anything but a farmer. There we go. So one thing you might have noticed if you've been hanging around in the channel, on the actual channel page, and looking at your descriptions at the right time, or not descriptions, subscriptions at the right time, is I am actually scheduling these live streams, which means I can actually get it all scheduled up and keyed up and actually get OBS running before the live stream so that I can double check everything is working, and I just have to hit a button on YouTube and the live stream will start then. One thing I will do though is I'll get chat open in Firefox from now on because I won't need to use Firefox. I just apparently need chat open on a different browser, which is fine. I do want a chat overlay so that the guys who are watching the VOD actually get to see what nonsense went on in chat. So I am going to ask that chat remains somewhat family friendly. I don't mind the odd swear word, but how much lag do I get? None. You can see my frame rate counter. It's nearly constant 60. And at worst it drops, what, 5-6 frames per second? I haven't dropped a frame at all during this stream. I can stream and browse quite easily. So lag is not a thing for me. Which is really nice to say for once. Up until like Saturday, I couldn't upload and play any online game at the same time. You get it all the time. What are your specs, Daz? It could just be that you're trying to run the game at too high a setting. Oh my god, what have you hit this time? He's hit the fence. Let's watch. Let's watch and see what he does. He's reversing. He's made it out! He has solved he has solved the fence. Miracles can in fact happen, ladies and gentlemen. This idiot has managed to figure out that if he just turns away from the fence, he will not hit the fence again. You have an old Dell app, try running, yeah, you might need to get a new computer, Daz, or run Farm Sim at minimum settings. Summer, I think more toffee is the last thing he needs. I think more toffee would be the absolute worst thing for him. Because then he'll get confused and think that he gets toffee for hitting the fence. I mean, let's face it, courseplay aren't the smartest drivers. I think they may have just gone into an insane asylum and got the most functional guys out of it. Courseplay isn't all that good of a driver. I don't think it has a license, in fact. Much like myself, but at least I know to drive slowly around corners and stuff. And try not to hit everything, ever. Toffee fudge and yeah, that's gonna just cause more problems than it's ever gonna solve. I'm starting to get a headache, and I'm trying to figure out if it's just the music now doing it, or if there's something else going on that's giving me a headache. And it could just be that I haven't been drinking enough, and I've been talking way too much. In fact, I think it might well be that. I don't want to blame the music, because the music is actually good, and it's relatively quiet even for me. It's just there so that when I am quiet, and my the sound gate. When the sound gate is activated and it's turned off my microphone, that you guys get something to hear other than the game. A noise gate even. I said sound gate. Put him on a diet. I need to go on a diet, but I don't know what specific diet would suit me, because I haven't sent my stool samples to Israel. You only get that if you watched... Was it yesterday's stream I started talking about the stool samples in Israel? It would be interesting somewhere, but there is a damage mod available. The issue is courseplay and hired workers. You would have to do what I do on Nustin and drive everything constantly yourself to avoid damage. And there was a bug in at least the 2013 version of the damage mod where literally picking up and dropping cedars would damage them. Which, that's not exactly ideal, because it... Ooh. That was autosave mod. Just kicked in there. The 2013 version of the damage mod had the issue with cedars and stuff, where picking them up and dropping them would damage them. It takes some of their pay when they damage things. Yeah, but that would take so much coding to do. That would be like the biggest script ever written for Farm Sim. And in fact, I don't think the game has the functionality to do that kind of stuff, which is a real shame. So we're going to be finishing up in a couple of minutes, and yeah, that's exactly my point. Your vehicle will be constantly destroyed if you hired a worker or got courseplay into it, or anything like that, because they just find every wall in the place and every tree on the map. Even if the nearest tree is a mile away, they'll still find a way to slam into it. Are both cedars filling up at the same time? No, they're not. I would like to see some form of courseplay in FS17 though. By default. Or at least smarter hired workers, that'd be nice. You know, hired workers that can actually handle a curve. Be really nice. Yeah, and anything indestructible they like. Which is why I'm deforesting some areas near fields. That and it's good money. I'd love to see some form of courseplay in FS17, or at least a hired worker that can handle a curve. I'd like to see giant editor improvements, but right now it's perfectly functional. And the argument of don't try and fix what's not broken comes into it. Because all the quote-unquote fixes for Bale physics in 15 kind of broke them again. I'm gonna finish up today by... Where are you? Oh, not so fast. You. I'm gonna finish up by doing some... Cap. Oh, that is not gonna work. Doing some stump grinding, just so that I can drive the front loader around a bit easier in the future. You wish you could get lawnmowers in Farm Sim. You can. You can get lawnmower mods. In fact, do I have it in this mod folder? Mowers. Yeah. Amazon Profi Hopper, lawnmower. That's as good as one, that's as good as one. But Profi Hopper, lawnmower. It'd be cool if they brought back the Profi Hopper by default. But I guess their licensing agreement with Amazon ran out on it, which is a bit of a shame. Same with the big M. I think it's kind of silly that the biggest mower you can get in the default game is a set of butterfly mowers, which just aren't good. See, it has, if you just look at the mod list, there'll be a link to the Profi Hopper. And the mod list is in the description below the video feed, because I'm considerate like that. I think I've got every mod that I currently use in it as well. Some of the links are to semi-private mods, I guess. Mods that were released on Facebook, which I'm not... If a mod was released on Facebook with like a Mediafire or something link, I don't mind that. Because, let's face it, it's been released, it's just not on a mod site. But unfortunately you'll never get a Mediafire uploaded link to my version of Nuston, because there are just too many errors in it for me to release it. Too many problems. You gonna want to grind this stump at all? Yes, you are. I don't know why I was using the mouse, because the joystick is actually quicker. Have I made any mods myself? No, but I've edited a couple. I have edited the heap tip trigger to support compost soil on Nuston. I've also edited multi-fruit to support compost soil, so I can throw it into any clipper I want. And I've just done some tinkering with Nuston as well, and Motorway Bay, which I no longer have. It's mainly edits I do, although I am working on a map. Because mods are just one step too far for me. I cannot use Blender to save my life. That's not through lack of trying though. I have a basic knowledge of Blender, it's just not good enough to make a mod, ever. And I wouldn't use Google SketchUp because the mods that come out of that are disastrously bad. Across the board. It really comes down to, like, making a mod is, you need to be good at Blender and scripting and texture work, and I'm just not good at any of them. That's why you'll often see mod teams bring out tractors and the like. It's very rare to see one person making a tractor or piece of equipment from start to finish. Whereas with maps it is much more likely to have a one-person team because most of the assets are available fairly easily. And what's not available is usually something fairly rudimentary you can throw together in Blender in about 20 minutes to an hour. I've almost got all the stumps ground. I'm surprised. I just wanted to grind these so that I don't have to worry about the T5 getting stuck up on them. If I could put one thing in Farm Sim, what would it be? Terrain deformation. It would have to be terrain deformation. I think real terrain has come a lot, has added a lot to the game, and it is one of my favourite mods. It's also the reason why the little JCB skid steer is bouncing around like a madman. That's real terrain acting on the grass texture, now on the dirt, now on what appears to be asphalt, so it's going to be very smooth here. But if I went onto a field with this, I'm actually going to bring it over onto the seeded field over here. Real terrain is just adds so much, but I really would love to see actual terrain deformation in Farm Sim. And I don't think Giants are planning on putting it in anytime soon, which is a real shame. Huh. Seeded ground is actually smoother than grass. Yeah, like what Spin Tire says, or even, dare I say, AgriSim. Like what that had back in the day. AgriSim was an absolute train wreck of a game, but they actually had some good features that Giants should have learned from. Like the only issue that AgriSim really had was they didn't seem to understand the word optimization. Which seems to just be a UIG problem in general. But yeah, something similar to Spin Tires. Not as over the top as Spin Tires though. Spin Tires is over the top deformation. But I'd like to see something like this leaves, you know, tiny ruts. The big wheel loader over there leaves big ruts. This idiot doesn't get stuck on something every time he comes into the seeding area over here. And yeah, small improvements to the game will make a big difference. Will I play a Taste of it and go, no, I looked at it the other day and it is absolutely not the kind of map that I like. It struck me as being very lazily made and rushed towards the end. Scaling was off everywhere. Various things had very weird clip patterns on them. And it just didn't strike me as a map that had as much effort put in as I would have liked to see from a map. From any map. This map has its issues as well, but it's got a lot more it's got a lot more clearly visible effort in it. A Taste of Only Goal just does not meet my standards, unfortunately, which is a shame because it stands to be a very good map. I need to get another slurry tanker. So let's do that real quick. Let's get 2 more Tetras in white, because why not? And we're gonna get 2 of the TSA 30,000s in brown, because why not? And we're gonna empty 60,000 litres out of this straight away because it's almost full. Close enough. But no, I won't be playing a Taste of Only Goal. I don't think it's a very well made map. That's mainly just because I would describe my standards of a good map as very high. This is an okay map that I'm playing on right now. It's not perfect, it's not great. Taste of Only Goal just doesn't even meet standards. It doesn't meet my standards to even keep it in my mod folder. And while, yeah, it looks pretty, I had a bit of a thorough look at it the other day, and it's a bit of a train wreck once you start looking at the detail work. So no. No is the short answer to that question, Dazza. Do I like Court Farms or Chellington? Haven't really looked at them all that much. I've played a bit of Chellington and I enjoyed it. Why haven't I played Chellington since? That is a question that I need to ask myself. Why haven't I played Chellington since I looked at it? Oh, because I didn't like the starter vehicles. Chellington's a good map. Court Farms I haven't really looked at. It does look to be a good map. I've just got really ridiculously high standards for maps. Like, they have to be NA-modding's gold standard, not NA-modding's gold standard. FSUK's gold standard for maps is actually really low. Like, I looked at gold standard, what their like gold standard requirements actually are, and I really think they need to raise the bar, because their gold standard is what I would consider kind of basic functions. You know, no errors. If I try like I said, the author has a new version on the website. Oh, awesome. I may very well check it out. FSUK is the old one. Yeah, I'll try and find the website. I'll try and get a hold of it then. And I might look at it Saturday or Sunday, depending on how I feel with Donetsk. Because Donetsk is I'm going to attempt to have Donetsk both days for a few hours. But it really depends on how I'm feeling those particular days. Because Giant said you almost have to be in a specific mood to work in it. I can't believe I'm having to empty out the slurry tank because it's too full. I know I said... Ah, that's that button. I've literally never had to do this before. You can post links on the Facebook page. Awesome, I'll go check out his Facebook. What's my favorite farm sim ever? I've only played 13 and 15, so that's a really unfair question to ask. 13 had much better mods. 15 I think is a better base. Just the mod authors are the best mod authors after dropping the ball or quitting. I need to actually update a few more mods, because what do I have that needs to be updated? I need to update Veil extension to work with the Chrome Ultima, which I want to use, but that's not compatible with Farm Simulator mods. Awesome, I'll check it out later on. Why is there a traffic issue? Okay. Well, if you stop and you start at the nearest waypoint, and then that's sorted. Yeah, favorite farm sim ever is a really ridiculous question to ask, because everybody's gonna have a different answer and for different reasons. 13 had better mods. It just did, there's no two ways about it. 15 was a better base game. Mod authors would drop the ball or quit. I think it shouldn't be the case that Giants have equipment that is made to a far better standard than mods. I think mod authors should be able to make mods to a higher standard than Giants, which is very true of maps. What are my hopes for FS17? The Giants have a new engine, but they won't because I've already announced that. My hopes are that Giants raise the bar again. I'd like to see more crops, more animals, more of everything. I'd like to see more of everything. Because to be honest, FS15 just kind of comes across as an extension of FS13 with forestry for no reason. Other than, hey, look, it's something new that you'll have to pay for. FS15 is really just an FS13 DLC. Like, that's being blunt. And I want FS17 to be a game. I'd like to see a lot more functionality in FS17. I'd like to see a rudimentary version of Soil Mod, which I actually detailed how I would create it yesterday. Have it so you don't, so that you have to fertilize more than once. The fertilizing once, yes, it gives you a boost, a small boost, about 20% to yield. Fertilize twice, you get a 50% yield, 30% yield. Fertilize 3 times, you get a 50% yield bonus. And if you fertilize at every growth stage, which they'll have to slow down growth to about once a day, on fastest. Install some sort of, they can get, you can do time dilation up to 500 times in this version of FS17 that exists only in my head. Crops grow once a day, one stage a day. And you have to fertilize every day to get the crops to maximum yield. Because there is a base yield in Farm Sim. Whether you know it or not, there is. And I'd like to see some very rudimentary version of Soil Mod just take over from the current system. Because there's no farmer in the world that would only fertilize once. I'd like to see some sort of compaction mechanic in place, which would be really nice. Although I don't know if it's even possible to code that into Unity, which is what the game runs in. That's why they can't be, they can't do terrain deformation because Unity doesn't support it. And I don't think Giants are smart enough to be able to modify the Unity engine enough so that it will. I'd like to see alt tip by default. That's not going to be a thing. No, that's not going to be a thing. It might, actually it might, because it was very nearly in FS15. So FS17 should have alt tip. Yeah, I'd like the game to have a genuine reason to use the plow by default. Like cultivators can only be used on plowed ground. Because right now it's stupid. It's There is no reason to use a plow other than, oops, I've accidentally put grass here. Now I use it in Nuston because there is a reason to use a plow in soil mod. I'd like to see... Here's something that I haven't mentioned. I'd like to see improvements to forestry. If they're going to insist on having forestry in the game, it needs to be improved. They need to improve the physics of trees and stuff. Because right now it's... it's... You wish... Why would you want potatoes to get blight in farm sim? That's... You see that? That's something I don't agree with, because then you'd have to get herbicides and whatnot into the game. And fungicides, and that's something that can be modded in with the likes of soil mod. I don't think that should be in the base game. I think the functionality should be there that modders can hook into, but I don't think it should be in the default game, because I'm kind of thinking about... Unfortunately, I have to think about console functionality as well, because that's what Giants do. Do you know what I think the most important hope I have for Farm Sim 17 is? Is that it comes out on PC. I've got a sneaking suspicion Giants are working more towards consoles now. And that kind of started off with the 1.3 patch. When they brought out the console version of the game before the patch, the PC, the existing customers, people who had already bought the game, giving them their money. Oh well, the guys who haven't bought the game yet are more important than you. Deal with it. That's when a lot of people quit Farm Sim. And I don't blame them, and I came very close to doing it myself. And if Giants have another situation where something like that happens, I'm just gonna go with racing sims. I've got enough racing games that I can just play them instead. And I'm sorry, I respect Giants a lot for, making a great game, but you've FS50 on PC and Xbox One. I don't own a console. If FS17 does not release on PC, I am not getting it. I'm not buying a console to play Farm Sim. I play on PC, I play PC only. I don't see the point in getting a console. I don't see the point in downgrading to play a game that is a downgrade. It will be a downgrade if it's only on consoles. Because modding is integral to the success of Farm Sim on PC. And consoles now, because they brought out the console, the mod DLC. I mean, they're trying to... All due respect to Giants, they are doing their damnedest to try and get an equal footing, but they just... PC Farm Sim is always going to be better. And I'm not getting a console to play an inferior product. And if Giants have another disaster like they did with the modding documents and patch 1.3, I'm done. I'm finished with Farm Sim. If they have another launch like... it's hopeless on Xbox. There aren't enough buttons. There are barely enough on my G27 joystick and gear stick. I've got tons of buttons. I still don't think there's enough. I'm gonna just stop Farm Sim here and just swap to this camera because it's a bit easier. Because I'm only talking now at this stage. The stream is over, by the way. So if you want to watch Farm Sim, you can go now. I'm just gonna chat for a little while. There are not enough buttons on Xbox. There are not enough buttons on most consoles. Even PC struggles. But Giants don't seem to care. They want console gamers in. Which is fine. I mean, I respect them for wanting more money. More money means better games, but they're getting complacent, which isn't the issue. And the real issue that I think is, look at SCS, look at Euro Truck Simulator. They have a similar amount of employees to Giants. And Euro Truck Simulator is far better. just far it's a better game from a similar sized company to Giants in a country that doesn't necessarily have as much money. Because I don't know if you know this, but SCS, the developers of Euro Truck Simulator, are based in Poland. I think they're in Krakow or something like that. They're a Polish company. Whoops, I've closed chat. What can you not do on console because of lack of buttons? Use mods. Consoles really limit functionalities. Well, mods are traditionally on PC anyway, and you'd have to. This is traditionally speaking over years and years and years, and I'm not old, but I know the history of this stuff. Mods have always been the realm of PC. Yeah, there've been ROM hacks for Nintendo and stuff like that, but mods have traditionally been PC only. And it's only recently that consoles have started to get mods. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't think you're one of these people who do this, Daza, but there are people on Facebook that I see, and in the fan groups and whatnot. And oh my god, the desperation I see from them. Just demanding mods for consoles. And then getting upset that they can't get mods on consoles because they have a console and not a PC. Because, was it Fallout 4 said, oh well, we'll have mods on console. And that's why everybody's getting so upset that, oh, why isn't FarmSim bringing out mods on console? Because FarmSim has licensing agreements. You know, they can't just say, okay, we'll open it all up. PC can get away with it because, oh well, you know, we have no control over mods. And yeah, it does. Mods just don't suit consoles. It's a really weird issue, I guess. Let's have a look at the FS UK forum right now and see what's going on. Just for funsies. Is this a new topic? Yes. What's going on here? Modding partners. For some reason, EuroDZ and NM Modding are still listed as two separate groups on FSUK, despite the fact they merged. Anything in modding partners down there? Nothing new there. Somebody's been posting on Bullet Bill's Cobra Farm work in progress topic again. I really hate when people do that and just resurrect essentially dead topics. I'm really looking forward to these building block houses by Dorset coming out, because that'll make Dunask a bit easier to work on, because then I can put in custom houses. Right now, the only ones I really have available are in our modding. I like this bit of music, so I'm gonna turn it up a bit. Every time I download from Incompetech, I always have the Cannery. Come to think of it, do I have the oh, I don't have the music links. music credits in the description, which I really should have had. Just gonna do that real quick. This one. Just to cover my own ass here, I'm gonna throw the music links into the description. The music credits into the description here. I can't see chat right now, so deal with it. Sorry. And there we go. Am I getting tired? A bit. A bit. Hardworking. Yeah, I was gonna actually do that instead of the big farm, but I decided on big farm instead because I think that's a better map. I didn't want to spend half the time, you know, almost all the time. I didn't want to spend all the time working on something essentially pointless. Do I have I'm raising open at all? No, I don't. I've got the link you sent me last night open though. I could have sworn I had I'm raising open. Oh, I closed it. Yeah. Somewhere that was not a small amount you sent me. That was not a small amount. Good lord. Your definition of small is very, very different from my definition of small. And as I'm not really getting tired, I'm just kind of winding down the stream now because I know I'll have to go for dinner soon. And my voice is starting to give out because I'm still getting used to working with, you know, doing 2, 3, 4 hours at a time. Can I do this real quick? That was only a part of it? I want to know how much you won now. If that was only like a small amount, a part of the lottery ticket, you must have won a few. You must have won quite a bit. Because that is not a small amount. It's all relative, yeah, but there comes a point where relative is thrown out the window, and when it hits that number that you sent, I'm not going to mention the number, that's not a small amount. Also, for some reason, PayPal hasn't sent the... oh yeah, it'll actually send it in a while. I got 2 different emails doing 2 different things. Did I get an email on the other account yet? No. I mean, I'm dealing with some things. Is there like a mark on my nose? There's like a mark on my nose. I need to open up OBS to try and figure out what's going on there. Let's max out OBS and... oh, it's a bit... anyway, I'm gonna leave the stream here because I'm completely gobsmacked by the amount that Summer sent me during it. I did have I'm raising open. And what I'm gonna do off camera is download more music because now I got an e-cig that's running and I'm not gonna be too worried about the other one tonight. I'm gonna download more music in context so I don't have a... how long is this playlist? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 songs on playlist. I'm gonna have more toffee as well. I'm gonna have food and toffee and stuff. I'm gonna set up some stuff for the stream as well, because I can run a widget. Need to figure out how to work it, so I'll be doing some weird testing tonight. I'll run a widget and just see if can I. I can do this. Awesome. I'm actually working on Alma Raising right now to do this, to set this up, set something up here. Set that to black. Skipinish, yeah, I did have a look at them, but I don't think the royalty free is the issue. And I've got a feeling that they're in Content ID systems, so I won't be able to play their music on stream. Because I have to be really, really, really paranoid, which is why I'm sticking with Incompetech, because Kevin MacLeod, he comes down hard on anybody who abuses Content ID with his music. And most other places that I have access to do have Content ID matches. The Epidemic Sound archive that I use, that's primarily just for video use. I don't really want to use it on streams for my own safety, essentially. I'm just going to test something here. So can I play this now? Send get widgets for CLR browser plugin. CLR browser mode. Activate. Send test donation. Okay, so that does a thing. Downloads. Oh, this thing. Yes. I'm gonna be doing some test donation stuff here because I want to do this while I'm live, just so that I'm definitely sure this works. Yeah, I can go into the F drive. That's not my amazing password. That's not my amazing password either. What's my amazing password? Do. Oh. No wonder I couldn't guess it. It is not automatically generated with password. I hit forgot password, didn't I? Log in. There you go. How do I get the thingy? Time. Yes. That's a test thing now. I'm confused. Send test donation. Help. I don't know how any of this works. I'm going to end the stream and I'm going to work around all of this in a preview. So thank you all very much for showing up. Thank you all very much for watching. I will see you tomorrow when we'll be on Luston again, hopefully. Until then, stay safe and goodbye.